All right.
We're doing this.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Clockwork Angel live show. I hope everyone's excited.
I am.
I guess to start it off, just introduce yourself. Do we usually do star ratings in the beginning?
I mean,
you are moderating, so take the reins, girl. What do you want to do?
Let's do introduce yourself, your favorite character to start it off with some positivity. You can find one. I know everyone can find one character. And we'll keep the star rating until after. Okay. I'll start. Sammy. Focus Sammy. My favorite character in this, I'd probably, like, reading this the second time, I'd really appreciated Charlotte. And I really enjoyed her character more than I did the first time. So maybe not my favorite, but I wanted to give her some appreciation.
Okay.
Taylor.
I'm Taylor from Taylor Mackenzie Reads, and the only character that I could possibly throw some positivity towards actually, well, Tessa's like fine, is Jem. So, and like, that's a loose definition of the term activity. So I'll stick with Jem. Team Jem.
Right.
I'm Mica. I don't know if I can pick a favorite.
She loves them too much.
In a good way, though. In a good way.
In a good way. But in a good way.
The best way.
This time around reading it, I really like Henry, like a lot. So I think I'm gonna stick with him.
Okay. I'm Skylar from Skylar's Bookshelf. My favorite character is Church the Cat because
Okay, I
he
love
was around. He was around. He's chilling. He doesn't annoy me.
He doesn't have dialogue.
Yeah.
That's the important part. Anyway, move on.
Oh no.
I'm Daddy, and my favorite character was Jem, but I want to give a special shout out to my king, Magnus Bane.
I was about to say, if you call her Will right now, as your
No, Magnus.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Ysenia, and I agree with all the Jem love. He was my favorite character, but I really enjoyed Tessa as our main character as well. I thought she was pretty strong, and I liked how she likes books like the rest of us. So yeah.
All right. With all that laid out, I guess, do we do overall thoughts first and then dive into characters and then plot? No. I mean, I don't care about plot. Well, I mean, I do care about plot. There's like plot things I care about.
What?
Name one.
Sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, we'll do it. Give us some thought.
Honestly, Sammy, I think we should do star ratings and put Taylor out of her misery.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know what all y'all are rating it. I don't care. Keep yourself.
I'll start. Overall thoughts, second time reading. Once again, I think I've said this in every single live show. It's nostalgic. It makes me feel things, and I enjoy it almost always more the second time. So, 4.5, 5, maybe. Anyway. Which one?
Say it with your chest, Sammy.
What? What?
Pick one.
Your chest.
Which one?
Pick a rating. Honestly, love what you love. If you want to chuck it a 5-star, chuck it a 5-star.
I chucked it a 5-star.
Okay.
Taylor.
I was bouncing in between two different star ratings.
Oh, I thought you meant to 2.
And after some deep thought last night and this morning, I have lowered it and settled on a 2.5. So slightly better than City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Bones, but not better enough to give it a 3. So
Okay.
that's where we
All right.
landed for us. I'm sandwiched between 2 5-stars right
I
now.
was about to say that. Like, wow, that was strategic.
You're in a bad place right now.
Well, I give it a 4.5. So
Yeah.
that's
Close.
Okay, so pretty much the same thing happened to me as happened to Taylor. Because I was going to give her a 3, and then I was writing down all my notes earlier, and I was like, this, no. So 2.5.
Okay.
You may continue.
Right?
I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I greatly enjoyed it more than City of Bones and City of Ashes. But that's also to do with the fact that I like the main character more than I like Clary. So
yeah.
Mhm. And I am giving it a 4-star as well. This one has been my favorite one that we've read together so far, by far.
Me too.
It was actually the first one I felt the need to annotate as well. And I did mark quotes that I really liked, which is something I never thought I would be doing with Cassandra Clare. So, yeah. But I think it's also because these characters I enjoyed way more than any of the characters in The Mortal Instrument.
Yeah.
Kind of right off the bat, too. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's all pretty fair.
Sorry,
There
I'm
was
so
growth.
sorry. You sound so heartbroken.
I'm not heartbroken. Like, it doesn't like personally affect me, but
Yeah.
it makes me sad. Like that we read we've been reading all these and you guys don't like it that much. I'm just
Yeah.
like shit.
It's
like,
fine.
what?
I
Yeah,
like
the
I
fact
like
that you
the
guys
group
aren't jiving
experience.
with them is like very sad to me because we're
We
making you read
knew
these.
what we were signing up for, so
Yes.
you know.
And I appreciate the experience more than the book.
Maybe Gold's gonna hit. I don't know.
I'm really hoping, honestly, I really hope that by at least like Red Squirrels of Magic is gonna hit because like
I'm holding out that
Like 1,000 years.
there's
Like,
a decade in between when she wrote some of these, so I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I am hoping that Clockworks. The Chain of Gold.
Sorry, there are the prices.
Chain of Gold hits. I'm holding
Next
out.
November.
Yes.
Yes.
Next November could
Hey.
come off.
November is Chain of Iron, so like it'll be like September.
Yeah, there you go.
They go.
I have kind of a loaded question for you two, Taylor and Skylar. Is there anything that could like change to where you would enjoy these books more? Like if you had to pick one thing, is it like the plot that's not doing it? It's the plot. Okay.
Because what I've found that I don't like is that the plot just seems very much like we did this and we did this and we did this, and it's very A to B, and like there's not a lot of not even complicated. I don't want it to be complicated, but like side plot lines or anything. Everything's just very linear, and I don't like it. It's too simple and basic for me. Like it feels very childish, and I don't like it. Also, most of the characters are quite annoying, but plot is the main thing.
I mean, her writing got like a little better, so like I
Yeah.
can't deny that the writing is better than City of Bones, City of Glass. That's straight facts.
Mhm.
But yeah, I feel the same as Skylar. I know y'all heavily disagree, but I was not shocked by literally anything that anybody said or did because it was literally the same as the Mortal Instruments. And we'll go into that later, so we don't have to talk about it right now. But like, I was just like, oh, okay. That scene happened. Oh, okay. Oh, they got attacked by vampires. All right, I remember that from the last one. Oh, okay, okay, yeah, sure. So it was just kind of like, all right, which bit am I gonna have recycled through again this time? Every page, I flip it over. So it was just like I was bored. Like I didn't see anything new, unique that I was like hoping for. The plot twist was the same. I don't know. Like for me, it was just kind of like, all right, guess I'm rereading this.
Yeah. Which I had no plans of ever rereading City of Bones.
Yeah,
Me right now.
And yeah.
That is funny.
No, I didn't really like. I guess I've also like City of Bones for me was like pretty forgettable. So like it was easy to like not make comparisons between the two just because like I actually like got sucked into this one. And since I found City of Bones so forgettable that like I don't really remember much of what happened in City of Bones. So it's like I can't really compare the two.
I think if I would have read Clockwork Angel and have never read City of Bones, City of Ashes, and City of Glass, we'd be talking a whole other rating right now.
Okay.
That's fair.
We would be talking 3, maybe 3.5.
Okay.
But I can't, in good conscience, give it above a 2.5 when, like, for me, it was literally just like a reread of a book.
It felt lazy.
Yes.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, I see where you're coming from,
Mm-hmm.
but like I don't necessarily agree. Like I don't think that they were the cookie cutter the same story.
I don't agree with it, but we have talked about.
And I'm not trying to like offend anybody, but like I mean I see if anything I see it when you did the comparison between Will and Jace. I was like, okay, I can see that they're not the same. I think Will is way more likable than Jace because he.
I want to say something about the difference between them. That it's very like you can really see it with this thing. Like Chase treats Alec like shit, and Will like, worships the ground Jem walks on.
Yeah.
Like that's the biggest difference. And
they
have
I
think he treats Tessa worse than Jace treats Clary.
Absolutely.
Which I hate more than the relationship.
Will and Jace have very similar personalities, but they employ them very differently.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because like when it comes to treating outsiders, Jace treats Clary better than he treats Alec, which Will does in the opposite. Yeah. So Will treats Jem better than he treats the outsider, which in this case is Tessa.
But could that just be a sign of the times as well? Like
that could, and also just like upbringing, because even though Jace and Will are very similar and they have the whole tragic backstory and whatnot, Will willingly left his parents.
Yeah.
While Jace is taken away from him.
Yeah, like the story of their backstories are very different, and also they live in a very different time.
Yeah.
And like I can see understand more treating worse the people that are outside of your family and stuff, but treating your family like shit, that ain't it.
That ain't it. And also speaking of the times, like I don't know if this was just me, but I thought that Cassandra Clare did a pretty good job of like capturing how people like treat each other in the 1800s.
See, I felt the opposite. I felt like the setting was a wasted opportunity because I kept forgetting that it was set in those times, and that was the bit I was really looking forward to. Right. But I feel like she wasted the opportunity and didn't really explore it enough for me.
Did you listen to the audiobook? I forgot. Or did you just physically read? I think that it translated well in the audiobook.
Yeah, it translated very well in the audiobook.
So I might
it should be translatable into the writing.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree.
No, I'm not saying, but I'm like, I think that I've always thought this. I think Cassandra Clare's, aside from City of Bones, like I think her audiobooks have done pretty well. The story, but obviously I know it needs to translate in the writing too, but yeah.
But also, Ysenia, it was a missed opportunity for Jack the Ripper, right?
You guys, I hate myself. So in the prologue, when they find, what was that girl's name that was
Emma.
At the very beginning? Emma. My mind instantly went, oh my God, Jack the Ripper is going to be in this. I was like, oh God. Jack the Ripper is a fucking shadow hunter.
Would Jack the Ripper be a vampire though?
That's true.
If we're thinking like that, couldn't technically they wouldn't Did they call him Jack the Ripper back then, or do we call him Jack the Ripper now?
I think the name originated back then.
Yeah. I think it was one of those like how like you have like the Golden State Killer and like all of these like names. I think like the papers just gave him that name.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Maybe there's Jack the Ripper origin story.
But all I'm saying is that was a missed opportunity. That's all I'm saying. Like
Jack the Ripper would have definitely been a vampire, I think, though.
Like, because it's the same time or whatever. I don't know. I'm not wrong. Okay. But yeah.
No, but yeah.
I was like, it's gonna be the best crossover. Give it to me. Instant 5 stars.
I could have given that a 4-star. Hit me with that crossover.
You're telling me they wouldn't have used him as a cover-up? Like, come on. I don't know, but it's fine. Whatever.
You're right, and that's all there is to it. Oh my god.
Okay.
Skylar,
So I guess you
say.
No, I don't. I'm fine.
So we kind of touched on Will. Is there any other characters? I mean, Tessa. There's a lot to say about Tessa and the fact that like her love for her brother irritated the shit out of me, but like I appreciate like bonds that characters have, whether it's like a found family like Jem and Will. Like I feel like Jem and Tessa have a great dynamic. I mean, this book is just the introduction to it, but I feel like you can see like interesting dynamic they're at least going to bring, whether you like it or not. I'd say it's like an interesting one. But like the like unconditional love for her dumbass brother.
I don't remember who I texted this to, but like what's with Cassandra Clare and the evil brother?
Yeah.
I think it's Sam and Mica. She like this is like, what is it with her and the evil brother? Because we had Sebastian last month in City of Glass, and now Nathaniel in like this. Like, what is it? Does she have an evil brother that like?
I mean, we've already established that most of the characters you can apply to the other characters, but you know.
Yeah. No, but I'm definitely sure that Cassandra Clare has a brother and she doesn't like him. Like, I'm sure.
She detests her brother. It has to be because, like, what is it with the brother trope?
What's in the surprise evil? Oh, hey.
Surprise.
Remember Hodge? Remember Nate?
See, this is my problem as well, right? I've said this in like every single one of these we've done. Is she has a real issue with character development when it comes to these plot twists, because it's always people we've known. We knew Nate for 2 chapters before he did the plot twist. And it was like, how am I supposed to trust somebody and feel betrayed if I've known them for 2 chapters? So then there's no shock. And the same thing happened with Sebastian. The same thing happened with Hodge. I just don't care because they're not built up enough for me.
Yeah,
like,
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Wait, going back to her unconditional love, there was this scene at one point where like he was explaining his reasoning to like sell her to the whatever.
Yeah.
And he explains all of that. And then she asks him, but you love me, whatever. And I was like, 2 seconds ago, he already told you that he didn't. Like,
yeah.
what's the problem?
Yeah,
like,
when she says, like, why do you still keep calling me Tessie? And it's just like, because he's playing you, bro.
And even at the end, like, when she was talking to Will, she was like, I still love him. I'm like, bitch, why?
Why?
Your siblings don't.
He killed your whatever aunt that you love. Like, why do you love him, baby?
Exactly. He poisoned her. Like, you just glossed that over.
It was like, yeah, whatever.
All I have to say is that strong Clary energy.
Yes. But also,
it is.
towards the beginning of the book, I gotta say that Tessa's kind of a dumbass at the end, especially when it comes to her brother. But towards the beginning, I actually liked her quite more because she is a clear contrast to Clary in the sense that, like, when Will takes her to the Institute and Charlotte talks to Tessa for the first time, and it's just like they have like this whole big conversation about her brother and how to find them and whatever. And it was like, this is what City of Bones could have been if Clary just chilled the fuck out for a minute and Jace wasn't running point on the entire situation.
She was very like driven in like her moves. And even at the end, like, I can't necessarily fault her. Like, she's clearly went through an ordeal, and her brother's the only person she's had.
Yeah.
Lost everyone. Then she goes to this institute, and like, people are nice to her, but she doesn't know she can trust them since they're using her powers essentially to get things for them. So it's like a weird situation. So I don't blame her, but you can definitely sympathize.
Like, but when Charlotte's like, they have this whole she has this whole conversation with Charlotte. She's like much more calm and collected than like Clary was. I was just like, I need to do everything right now, and Tessa was like, well, I need to listen to these people because they're the ones that know what's going on.
That's sort of the thing that she understands everything about the Shadow Hunters. She's like, very well knows that she doesn't understand anything.
She's like
she
openly confused
everything because she doesn't know how to, and like knows that.
Yeah,
ladies.
Yeah.
Tessa had 6 weeks to come to terms with the fact that shit was not what they thought it was going to be. You know, like Clary had 5 seconds.
That's true.
To be like, surprise, demon attack. Oh, your mom's gone. Oh, hey, by the way, vampires, werewolves, shadow hunters. At least Tessa was like, okay, I live in a world with magic.
Yeah.
She has to stew with that 6 weeks. So, I understand what you're saying, because she also had a moment.
By the time we get to City of Glass, about 6 weeks have passed, and Clary's still being a dumbass.
Fair, valid. We're talking bookworm response.
Okay. Yeah, but still, by the end of the 6 weeks, Clary's still being a dumbass. She's like jumping through portals that she just created and into a fucking lake. Like, she's still being a dumbass.
But here's the thing. Clary's main like focus has always been Jace. Like, it's never been like, Tessa had like a goal. She's like, I need to save my brother. Fuck all these other
Clary had a goal of saving her mom, but she just
but she was always like, oh, does Jace like me?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my god! Like, I'm like, girl, there are bigger things.
She's also,
I don't know,
but
I think that Tessa was doing more for herself and her cause than Clary was, at least in the first 2 books. You know, I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I've also really strongly disliked Clary. So
yeah, I agree.
So obviously there's like the servants. So we had Sophie, Agatha, and Thomas, which I think were interesting. I mean, they're kind of, I don't know. They
were decent characters. They weren't meant to like stand out all that much.
But I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts on Jessamine.
She's, I don't know. She's just like,
she's a typical Lydia Bennett.
She reminds me of. So again, I know you hate that I'm doing this and like comparing it to City of Bones and whatever, right? But like, she is the Isabel equivalent, but like everything that Clary thought about Isabel is Jessamine.
Yeah, not actually what Isabel was, but what her to
she's girly and she's vapid and she's
okay.
She wears
she wears dresses. Oh my god.
Yeah. I think because I think Jessamine has like a reason to be written like that because of the times and the double thing.
But it doesn't stop the fact that they are the same.
I don't know. Jessamine, the entire time, Jessamine just reminded me of Lydia Bennett from Pride and Prejudice. It was just like Lydia wanted to get married and be away from her family, and Jessamine was just like the exact same way. So it was just like it was just like a 1-on-1 comparison. Like, yeah, they're the same. Lydia Bennett, Jessamine Lovelace, they're literally the same person.
Here's the thing.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I think you should go.
I really don't like Jessamine. Like, I really just
I don't either. No, Lydia Bennett
don't.
is not a likable character, and Jessamine isn't either.
Because she was so, like, not self-aware the entire time. Like, so like I said, I annotated this. Everything I annotated that made me angry involved Jessamine in some way, shape, or form. Like, because she just shits on everybody and puts herself on a pedestal, and she literally kind of does nothing. I mean, like, she saved her and Tessa, like, that one time, but she didn't even want to. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I agree.
Like, had it just been Tessa in that situation, she wouldn't have saved her.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think she I don't know.
I sympathized with her in the beginning. I kind of forgot about the last, like, couple chapters where she was, like, hoeing up to whatever, Nate, and, like, she was so, in the beginning, I kind of felt a little bad just because her parents had died and the Clave, like, owned her. So she didn't have a choice in, like, what she, like, had to do. Like, her parents raised her to just assume she was going to be some rich aristocrat, whatever, I don't know what the proper term is. And she expected this sort of life, and then she was thrown into this. She doesn't want to fight. She doesn't want to do any of that. So, like, I sympathize in that respect because she goes out in the park and she sees all these other people that just seem like they're just living their lives. They don't really have any worries other than getting married. But then at the end, where she was trying to, like, cozy up with the half-dead guy and then throwing everybody under the bus, like, I was just like, but in the beginning, I respected what Cassie Clare was trying to do with her, and then she kind of, like, threw it away at the end. It's, like, kind of mad about it.
Jessamine was just, like, not a character that I liked. It was just, like, she was exasperating to me.
Yeah.
But I can see in the future how she could be fun to hate.
Yeah,
you know?
no, absolutely.
Like, I think that's, like, her purpose. But to sit there and say that Jem and Will don't do anything, and they're saving your ass, like, every time, and you just want to sit in pretty dresses, I'm like, girl, you gotta give credit where credit is due. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's talk. I don't even want to call him the villain again. We have to do this every single time.
I don't remember.
Valentine 2.0?
Wait, what was even his name? I can't remember his name.
Exactly.
Morning.
Yeah. Oh, God.
So I guess this is kind of like the plot. Like, what is the plot?
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I don't know. What is the plot?
Anybody?
She cannot write a villain to save her life.
No.
And I don't know why. Like, I can't wrap my brain around why it's.
I think it's just because she was trying to write, like, this world and be it, like, about the lives of these people, and then she was like, oh, I need conflict.
It's definitely character focused. Like, all of these.
This is, like, character driven, and these are character studies, but she kind of
Yeah.
realized halfway through that she needed, like, conflict, which, like, I don't necessarily agree with, because if you wanted to make this character study, you could have just done that. But trying to, like, squeeze out a plot out of this is definitely not working in her favor.
Like, I appreciate that this is character driven, because those are the types of stories that I love. But the villain is still a character. Like,
yeah, no, exactly. But, like,
it frustrates me.
Yeah.
Because
she tries to squeeze out conflict from a very character-driven story, it's just like you could have done something different that didn't have to include, like, this much conflict that you're clearly not good at writing. You feel like she could have just, like, I don't know, she could have just been more slice of life character-driven content rather than just, like, trying to.
I mean, if she would have stuck with the vampire being the bad guy.
Yeah.
And it would have been good. But,
yeah,
like,
it was fine.
They're always bad. So.
Questionable, but.
I mean, vampire thing, evil. easy to hate, whatever.
Yeah.
He should have surprise plot twisted us where Will was evil and her and Jem and Jem got to get together and crush some dreams, kick some spells. I would have been at least mildly entertained with that. Like, mildly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just the funny thing. She writes these characters that we like come to hate, and they're not the villains. Like,
Yeah,
I
these
know.
are the characters that you're trying to make us love, and it's just make him the villain. Like,
the villains just end up.
Don't
They
know.
remind me of, you know, like those old Batman cartoons from the 80s, where they're just like super cheesy and just like, I'm gonna kill you all with my army of minions and take over the world. Mwahahaha.
What?
And I'm like, you're about 30 years too late to that trend.
What? Okay, because now I'm thinking about it. I'm just trying to think of a villain from like a YA series that's
There's no one.
Semi-decent.
There's no
Because I
one.
can't think of one.
No one.
There's no one.
There's no one. Literally, there's no
From
one.
any series, like I don't know, maybe they're super interesting villains. Like I just like they're never compelling.
YA is not known for producing like super good villains.
I'm saying this because I read it fairly recently, but Maven in Red Queen was an in-depth villain. He had a backstory. I cared about him. He knew. He had a detailed backstory. He wasn't just, I'm evil for no reason.
I don't know if he's a villain. We're not going to Red Queen.
I'm just saying, there are good villains, but Cassandra Clare doesn't produce them.
I'm gonna bring this up just because like I recently finished all of this.
Oh, here it comes.
Folk of the Air trilogy doesn't have a villain.
It doesn't. No,
It doesn't have a villain.
No.
I'd rather
It's
have
just
no
like a
villain than a
bunch
badly written villain.
It's just it has a bunch of characters that are fighting over the same thing, but it doesn't have a villain, and like that, I think it's just like one of the main a big problem that the series has. It doesn't really have a concrete villain that I can like focus on.
But I prefer that because instead of a villain, there's more just general conflict. Because I feel like when you have the one villain, then there's a lot of pressure, and if it's bad, then you hate it, i.e. Valentine. Whereas if there's just general conflict, it's a lot better and more interesting to me.
Me too.
Okay, let's do a battle of the bad villains. Which villain do you think is worse, Valentine or?
They're the same.
Yeah, I can't choose.
Mortmain and Valentine are basically the same people, except that they have different driving forces.
I think at least Mortman has something that you can like. Valentine was like laid out pretty bare to us in the first book. Like, here's all of like his motives. At least this, like obviously it's power, but he has like some magical shit going on. Like there's still questions about him that I'm like, okay.
Yeah, like this. Yeah, that's how I feel too. Valentine has had 3 books, 3 opportunities to bring me on board.
And he gave us nothing.
And if I feel the same way about Valentine after 3 books than I do about this dude after 1, then I personally think that it's clearly the better of the 2, but they're both still really bad.
Yeah.
Where'd Mica go?
She found enough of the trash in the book and she left.
She always comes back. She always comes back. That's the thing.
She needs to take a breather.
Yeah, I never get worried when she leaves because she'll pop back in.
I'm sorry. My internet connection is working against me.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
I don't know how I feel about this Matic energy.
Okay, we're not getting into this again. This happened last time. We're not doing it. Stop right now. Move on to the next thing.
All I'm
Keep it going.
is
Sammy, where are you leading us next?
Sammy, next point.
Okay. All right, let's talk. We still have a decent bit of time left, so I'm trying to think of stuff that can take up time. Because like I'm so like obviously I've read these, so I'm just always curious about what you guys think of like certain like aspects.
Then just ask. Go ahead.
No,
Rapid fire questions. Let's go.
So what is your guys' thoughts on I guess Will's past? Or like what do you think, like what's up with that? And then if you've read like the epilogue, like what's going on? Like I'm just curious.
I wouldn't know this.
There's probably some curse or something that's going to be his excuse for being an ass the entire time, and I'm still not going to care.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong crowd about Mr. William right now.
I hate him. He's the worst.
Will, I go back and forth with Will.
That
Sometimes
bit
I
in
really
the
like
end
him.
where he's like, "Oh, but you can come and like live with me, and we can share a room." And I was like, "Ew."
Yeah.
First of
And
all,
remember
ew.
when he's like, by the way, you're a warlock, so you're barren? Bye.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
No
not
birth control
cute.
here. Woo.
That was not cute.
He said it.
Yeah, but he thought he
No.
like yeah, that was in
No.
Oh,
So,
yes, he did.
He said, I want
He was
to
visibly upset when he found
do.
He was visibly upset when he saw that she didn't know. It was very clearly
I
noted.
disagree. I just think he's the worst.
I don't know. I go back and forth on Will. Like sometimes I really like them, and sometimes I just want to choke him because
I really liked him at the beginning when we
yeah.
first
And
saw
then
him.
at the
I was
end
like, "Oh
when
my god!"
he like pulled that
Yeah.
dick move on Tessa, I was just like William, I cannot. You know, I go back and forth with him.
My
I
feelings
like
were
Jem.
in the
Jem, I
library
love.
scene. As soon as I hit that library scene, I was like, all right, this is what we're getting? Okay. All
Yeah.
right, locally.
Am I in the greenhouse again?
Yeah, like real Christmas
Oh my god.
in the greenhouse.
Y'all are
It's the
too much.
same. I'm just bored of it, you know?
I don't know.
We're looking at flowers. We're looking at books. We're witty banter, and then
We're gonna have a romantic moment, and then I'm gonna leave you, and you're gonna have so many questions, and you're gonna hate me, and I'm gonna hate myself, and we're all gonna be so angsty and sad.
I'm gonna run into the arms of Jem or Simon. Ooh.
do not compare Jem to Simon. Do not do
Jem
that.
is a mixture of Alec and Simon, and I will stand by that.
No.
No,
He serves the bond with
that's
Jem that Alec
right.
does with Jace, but he
Not
serves
even
the love interest part of Clary and Simon.
not even close. Like
No.
No,
no,
you cannot tell me that's not true because it's facts.
That doesn't.
The only difference between Jem and Alec is that Jem is straight, and that's about it.
But with
but
that, like,
not even close with Simon. Like not even close with his relation, like Alex's relationship with Chase. It's like no.
But that's why I said he's a mixture of the two. He serves Alex's, what's it called, bond with Jace, but Clary's bond with Simon.
No, that's the thing.
Yes.
Alex has the same bond that Alex has with Chase. That's the thing.
I mean,
not
he
even
does.
in love kind of sense. Like no,
I mean, they do, but it's okay.
Sam, we keep going. Just what's your next question for us?
I just don't know about that watch.
I don't either, so let's just move on from it.
Yeah, because with that, like, you have to take that to like all of the other relationships in the book too, and that just
I have.
doesn't make
Yeah, we have.
sense.
No,
I have.
Oh God, no. Let's just
I
move
don't
on.
know.
Sammy, please
I
ask
don't
us
know
another
about
question.
that.
I don't have something off the bat. Did anyone notice Magnus's comment? I don't know where it is.
Oh my god, is it the bit where he says about dark hair and whatever?
Yes.
Oh my God, yes.
I said to Taylor about this last night and how much I hated it. Because he was so heavy-handed and like, oh my god, remember Alec?
No, but like, no. That the thing is though, when Magnus first meets Alec, he says like, "Oh, dark hair, blue eyes, my favorite combination."
It's
That's
just
the thing
so
that is-
heavy-handed and in your face.
Yeah, that's one thing that, speaking of being heavy-handed and in your face, one thing that I noticed, and I'm sure you guys noticed too, with Cassandra Clare's writing, she will have like this big scene where stuff is happening, right?
Mhm.
And then the paragraph after it, she will word for word state exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Yes.
I have not. But
She gives you a
Like,
recap.
no. Like it'll be like an action sequence, right? No dialogue. And then there will be dialogue with the character. I'll have to find it. I marked it
okay.
somewhere. But she will, like, as a part of the characters' dialogue to each other, I can't believe you did this that caused this and this to happen.
Oh, okay.
Wow. And it's like, dude.
Richard.
Dude.
I mean, it's true.
Hold on.
Oh, Lord. Good God.
Listen, sometimes we need a good barbecue. Like what?
Oh, look. This is one of the scenes that it happened. So, you know, when Charlotte and Henry go to Mortmain, and then she pretends that she's going to summon the clave, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, the dialogue as they're walking out, Henry says, "What pure genius, Charlotte, pretending you could summon the clave on the spot just to frighten that man."
Oh yeah,
And it's like,
I see what you mean.
we can follow what just happened. We know she
Yeah.
pretended because you guys were wink at each other the whole time. What?
Yeah,
I don't need. I to me, it's offensive because
I see what you mean.
you think I'm dumb and I can't follow what's going on.
This is targeted to children.
That's
You can tell.
You okay? Wait, no. You cannot put this next to ACOTAR in Barnes and Noble and say that they're both targeted to children. Like, you can't.
We all know how I feel about that.
I don't know. That I don't know.
It's different because YA at that point it was targeted like to younger children. Like you can see like Twilight, Shadow and Bone, all of that are like written in a way that is YA, but it's like 13-year-olds to enjoy.
Well, then I know. I always bring this up. We don't stand J.K. Rowling in this house. But Harry Potter is technically in the children's section. It's not even in YA, and she never really heavy-handedly explains what happens. And there are more complex things that happen in that series, especially near the end, that happened in this. What?
I was confused, Harry Potter.
but like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, at least, like, I do get that I'm 25 and reading this series that most people have read when they were like 12. I get that. Mm-hmm. But to have it be so heavy-handed to where, like, in the dialogue, you are listing exactly what just happened that I read in like 3 pages. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess
I don't know.
Think about that because it was kind of weird, kind of how Henry was kind of portrayed as like, it's kind of like, I don't know, kooky,
bumbling idiot.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like what
I think I said in one of my notes that he was like a nerdy idiot.
Yeah.
I said he's like a character in a 1950s sitcom, and you hear canned laughter in the background every time he says anything.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of their relationship? Like, very.
I think that's cute.
It makes me sad.
Well, my jaw dropped when I found out how young they actually were in the book. Like, they're like what, like 23 or something?
They're my age.
Yeah, I thought they were old the first time I read this, and then I found out that they were young.
Yeah, same.
But that also like goes in accordance with the whole like shadow hunters getting married very young thing.
Yeah.
And also with the time.
Yeah. Yeah, and also the time period, like people get married super young.
So like it makes sense, but I also like remember them being older, and like no, they're not.
No, I thought they were older until like it was mentioned that Charlotte's 23, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Especially because they're portrayed as like their parent figures.
Yeah, no, exactly. I thought like they would have been like that. I thought like when I first started reading, I was like, oh, they're gonna be like the age that Alex's parents are. So like in like their 30s, running an institute, like. But like no, they're like 23. So like they're still like in the I guess they would be like still in the earlier stages of their marriage.
Yeah. I think it's kind of fun to see like all of these like people's ancestors show up. Like I know it's kind of lame. Oh, Lightwood, like oh whatever. I think it's
I actually really liked it, and I find it hilarious that every single generation of Lightwoods hated Magnus. I find it so hilarious.
Did anyone else hate that there was robots in this? Was it just me?
Yeah, I didn't read it, but
I didn't sign up for robots.
Automatons are not my favorite thing in the world, so like I was just like I kind of glossed over that.
I feel indifferent about it. Like meh, whatever.
Because again, it comes back to like Cassandra Clare trying to squeeze out like conflict out of these books.
Yeah, I told Taylor I felt like a Doctor Who Christmas special gone wrong.
I just kept thinking of Transformers. I was like, where's Optimus Prime? Like the Autobots or whatever. Where are the Autobots? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but I don't
know.
I'm like joking about it, but I still enjoyed this one more than the other three that we've read. So like,
I don't know. It was a good introduction into this like part of the overall like Shadowhunter Chronicles, but it was a fine introduction into like this trilogy.
I think
I liked it because I was like coming back to a world that I like already sort of know. Because
I just think I don't know. Like I know the writing was a little bit better, but it did everything the City of Bones did. So like knowing that I don't like City of Bones, I don't know how I could like this because everything's the same.
Okay.
I think the thing is, well, I don't agree with that, but whatever. The thing is that people should just talk TMI in the trash and never think about it again. Like that is trash. Just like pretend it didn't happen. That's the thing.
Just forget it.
I suffered
it and think about it as like a new thing, and that's when you start realizing that it's good.
Okay,
but I didn't feel like a new thing. Is my problem.
Hear me out. I didn't write this, but let me read you something, and y'all tell me what you think. Okay.
Okay.
We start off with your average teenage girl just living her life. She stumbles upon the magical world of demons and shadow hunters through an interaction at a pandemonium club. She meets a shadow hunter who sees the cocky type and instantly sees heart eyes despite the fact that he actually treats her like the dirt on his shoe. He has a mysterious dark past with his parents and has a brother-like bond with another shadow hunter at an institute. Throughout their romance, he continues to be hostile unnecessarily, but they share a romantic moment when he takes her to a special place at the institute. However, this is all ruined when he suddenly starts acting like an ass again and pushes her away, leaving her feeling dejected and with so many questions. There's also something off of love triangle between the two characters where one is clearly bad for her and there's another guy who treats her...
That is giving Simon too much credit.
And the first guy
I give it too much credit.
Wait, I'm not done. Gets jealous of their relationship. The rescue of a kidnapped family member while trying to stop a mysterious big bad figure who's trying to raise an army of minions to take over the world. In the middle of the conflict of this book, the characters are faced with a coven of vampires that they need to defeat as a team. One of the guys bites a vampire and actually ingests vampire blood. Oh no! Later on, we see a betrayal by a character that we don't know enough to feel actually shocked or betrayed by, and he helps the bad guy fulfill his plan. At the end, we finally meet the main bad guy in a lackluster confrontation that ends with him disappearing like a cartoon villain. Now, is that City of Bones, or is that Clockwork Angel?
It is. I know that you want me to say. Wait, I know that you wanted me to say that it's a Clockwork Angel, but if that word Clockwork Angel is a shady explanation of Clockwork Angel.
It's the same book.
It's
all
not,
of those things happen in both books.
Clockwork Angel, and you're giving Simon the Simon and Gem comparison.
Okay.
It's just
that one is. What about the rest? The plot points, they're exactly the same. Even down to accidentally biting a vampire. You can't put that in 2 books.
Was an accident.
Well, you don't know that Simon bites a vampire. You don't see that in City of Bones. You don't even know that.
It happens.
Yes, you do. You see
Simon bites a vampire.
You do see Rat Simon bite Raphael.
Yeah, but like
no, Mica, it happens.
No. I'm not gonna disagree with you. I'm not going to disagree with you because I have enough self-awareness.
Yeah.
I know that these are pretty much the same. Yeah. However, I just think Clockwork Angel was done better.
Yeah.
It just was. It just was.
Version.
I agree with that completely.
100%.
Yeah.
But it just feels lazy to take the same story and repeat it again 4 years later.
Yeah. And I think I said this in my Goodreads review of City of Bones when we first read it. Had I read these when they first came out, I would have never gotten past City of Bones. Like straight up. The only reason The only reason why I'm reading it now is because I'm having fun with you guys, like doing this. But I acknowledge that they are not great books because they're all kind of the same. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That's where I stand on it. I mean, I agree with you, but I think I definitely had a more fun time than you two did.
No,
I don't know.
It's definitely an elevated version. This book is wanted City of Bones and whatever's to be, but it doesn't take away from the fact that like this.
That's true. But then, like, I just feel like this is an issue with YA as a whole too, especially YA series. Like, a lot of it is pretty much the same.
It's just when it's the same author.
It's the same
author.
Yeah, but it's what I said with your complaints about Will being the same as Chase, and it was like, that's just a standard YA love interest. It's like the exact same as the rest of the YA love interest.
Fine. But the fact is, it's the same author with trying to pitch a different series and using the exact same thing. That's the issue I have.
Me too. It's
because
not the character in general. Like, it's fine to have like a kind of witty, like crusty character like that, because whatever. But it's that she's like doubling down on them in every single like thing. She's like, oh, new series, it's like the same.
I expect something different, and I didn't get it.
Like, give us like, we got Tessa as opposed to Clary, and it was like, that was enough difference. Like, there was a couple like little moments where you're like, oh, but like at least Tessa was unique and
different enough. Wait, I want to say something about Tessa in the beginning, because this bothered me so much. When she was trapped, why didn't she just transform herself into one of her trappers and just took off?
That's what I thought she was gonna do. I thought she was gonna do that, and they never
can't get rescued by one.
Why didn't she do that? And in the end, in the big fight in the Institute, I was also like, why doesn't she just transform into someone else and take off? Like, it's that simple. Or when she was a vampire and the whole building went on fire, why didn't she just transform back into herself so she wouldn't caught on fire and die? Like,
because
Cassandra Clay can't write a plot, and she needs to write stupid characters so that the plot can move on.
How do we feel about Tessa's powers as a whole?
She doesn't use them.
She doesn't know how to use them.
Well, no, I just mean like the power itself. I like this one way more than drawing the runes.
The runes. Way better.
The only aspect of this one that I don't like is she has to hold an object from the person.
Only the first time, though.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. But still, I'm like, come on.
It's kind of cool that like she kind of like can have them in her mind too. Like at first I thought it was simply like shape shifting, but then she kind of
she has a mental connection. I don't mind the object holding because it does kind of establish some power limit.
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't just make her like infinitely like powerful. So like her having to hold an item the first time kind of does like set a boundary for how far she can go.
Yeah.
Probably needs to get too, like hair follicles or skin follicles. Like that's probably what it is. She needs to like get.
Yeah. And like it makes sense because it doesn't seem as unlimited as Clary's like rune drawing abilities.
Yeah.
Clary just like closes her eyes, thinks about it a little bit, and then she like draws a new rune.
But that was a power of convenience.
That is such a good
power of convenience. This is at least like in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nice to see like a main character who wasn't a shadow hunter.
Yeah.
Like that changed it up a bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For now, like who knows where we're gonna go with that though? Because everyone's still like, are you a warlock?
Yeah.
Whatever. So like, it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if Cassandra had been a shadow hunter all the time.
I'm disappointed if that happened.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I have a feeling I know like what's gonna happen.
Hit us with a prediction. Go.
Yeah, hit us with a prediction.
So the whole thing in the very beginning, I'm sure you guys remember when she was still with the Dark Sisters. First of all, those names I cannot. I I messaged you guys, voice messaged you guys, was like, is this a joke or are these just nicknames she's giving these folks? Because like,
I think
Mrs. Black and Mrs. Gray or whatever. Come on.
I'm pretty sure they actually are nicknames. They started out as nicknames and then it became their names.
Yeah.
That's like the thing.
So, oh man, I lost my train of thought because I was so upset. Oh no, I remember. So, you know when they had her captured, and they were gonna like give her to the Magister to marry, right?
Yeah.
Because that transfers her powers over. If this woman marries Will at the very end, transfer her powers over, I'm done. I'm done. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Something along those lines.
I think
and
that
it's going to end up saving the day, and everyone's going to be all happy. But that's what's going to happen.
Not about the marriage thing, but I think that the transferring power thing, like she just brought this up right now, and like in the last series, never mentioned, never talked about, and now boom, boom, what? Makes no sense.
Yeah.
This was far more civilized than I thought it was going to be.
I don't know. I think a lot of people are pissed.
No, there was some fighting, but like, we're much more civilized than I was expecting.
I think we've got a lot of it out in our Zoom call.
Yeah. I think
like in the group chat, because y'all can't tell me Mica wasn't actually mad at me the other day.
Yeah, Mica was like actually upset.
It's not the same.
Mica was ready to throw hands.
Look, everybody's entitled to their own opinions. It's fine. And yeah, hopefully better luck to you guys for the next one.
Honestly.
Well, the next one's Fallen Angel, so like that's already, we know. It's better luck next for.
Excuse you, Sammy. That was rude.
Really?
Oh my god.
We presented you with facts.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Receipts.
But I don't know if it's the hype. I don't know if it's other things or the taste in our mouths about the last ones, but I was truly expecting a lot more.
Instruments. But it's the fact that you read the Mortal Instruments first. It's just,
I don't know. I'm
That's
having
recommended in order to read them.
I don't know.
I don't know.
So what am I supposed to do?
I like this like world that she's trying to build, so like I'm having fun.
Glad you're having fun.
I'm just never mind, because that's going to be a whole other heated discussion that I don't think we have time for.
I think we just go.
All I'm going to say is I'm not impressed with the world building at all.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I'm just not. And that's totally fine. That's totally fine. But sis, we're like 4 books in right now, and I can't really tell you much about like what these monsters look like. I can't tell you much about like the settings.
Also,
all of the references that you guys were making to City of Bones, I didn't remember because it's so unmemorable to me.
Yeah.
Like I was like, wait, there was a greenhouse scene.
But I think the thing is me, Tati, and Skylar, and probably Mica have all seen the movie and TV series as well.
Yeah.
So like I feel like we can like picture.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not mad about it because I can picture things when I'm reading usually. So it's like it's not a thing for me to have like a good description or whatever because I don't care.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. We see the same kind of like creatures pop up again. Like again, we got vampires.
Yeah.
And like it's like we know this. Like give us something more.
Yeah. We just have to remember that I'm coming from the perspective of I've never read any of these books before or seen the show or the movies. Mm-hmm. So like I'm just giving you I'm just giving you my perspective, and I just think her lack of description for things that like actually matter in terms of world building and stuff. I don't know. I was expecting a lot more considering that this series is so popular and she's got so many books.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna have something to grab onto by this point, and I just
feel like
don't.
books are only popular because of their characters. Like every single popular book series I can think of, like no one, like sure we can try to talk about like I don't know what's a book series that's really popular that has like a really memorable plot. A Court of Thorns and Roses, absolutely not. But that book series is loved, and so is. I don't know. Like you could even go into Harry Potter. Like yeah, it has plot, but like each book's a different plot, and it's really just about the characters. So it's like
kind of the same thing happens in every plot of Harry Potter. So the plot, not really the thing that we came from.
yeah.
I agree.
I mean, that's what I came for.
But the thing that the two things that really sell me on Harry Potter every time are the characters, of course, and the atmosphere. Like she does a great job of. I feel like whenever I pick up a Harry Potter book, I can picture Hogwarts. I can picture like the Goblet of Fire. I can picture everything in that book. Like there's things that I don't know, like
Yeah.
and maybe it's because those books are longer too, or I don't know. I think Cassandra Clare focuses on a lot of things that we're just like not living for. You know?
I don't think she uses her time well in the books, because a lot of it you could cut out and replace with something more.
Like all of her jokes that just are not landing ever.
Yeah,
You know what part I laughed out loud that was not a joke? When they go to see like the Dark Sisters, and one of them has the head of the other one in her hand. I laughed out loud for some reason. It was so funny.
That's the thing. Like she has unintentionally funny things in this book, but whenever she tries to give Chuck Will a joke, it never lands.
It's so cringe. It makes me cringe every time.
Yeah, I'm like,
That the head thing was so funny.
what was it? Demon pox. That's what we were talking about the other day. Like how many times are we gonna try that joke that's just not landing?
Demon pox. There's a song. You'll see it eventually.
Like living
Oh god.
pox right now. She's got like a little demon pox tattoo on her. It's so funny. I love this demon pox.
Yeah, just I don't know. I'm not losing hope yet, but
Yeah, I wanna have a Netflix party with you and watch the first episode of the Shadowhunters series and see what you think of that. Really bad.
We don't need
okay. Wait, is it on Netflix?
Yeah.
It is Netflix.
It's a Netflix original.
It is from Netflix.
In the States, it's on Hulu.
Okay.
Okay, I have to. No worries.
Because in the States, it belongs to Freeform.
Oh, okay.
All of Freeform's
Okay.
content moved over to Hulu.
Okay.
Because
Okay,
it was co-produced by Netflix and Freeform. So in the States, it belongs to Freeform. Rest of the world, Netflix gets to distribute it.
Okay. But
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, I'm down.
the plot of the TV series is not the plot of the books.
No, but we've already read those
I
books.
just know that.
We've already read
Okay.
all of the books.
Do we have to taint
It is not the plot of the book.
What?
Do we have
It's
to
not
taint
it's a
everyone's thoughts
thing.
more?
I did not hear what you said, Sammy.
Do we have to taint everyone's thoughts more because that show is interesting?
Yeah, but I just want to see. Like, I don't think she needs to watch the whole thing, but I just want to see what she thinks about the first episode with like just so she can like see these characters walking around. Like, I want to know.
Why don't we just watch the movie?
Here. No. Keep in mind though, the lowest rating that I've given any of these books is 3 stars. I went 3-star, 3.5, 3.5, 4.
Yeah.
So like I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
For
You
the
know?
next book, it's going to be a 2. I already know.
Oh god, don't put that energy out.
Don't put energy out into my mind.
I mean, I'm down for the movie. Robert Sheehan is everything. Not in that role, but like in general.
Yeah.
What? We love Robert Sheehan in this house. That movie sucks and he's bad as Simon, but like we love him in this house.
I mean, yes, but not as Simon.
No. But the movie's I like if we could find the movie online or something, like we should all watch it because I think it'd be really interesting to see anyone who hasn't seen it yet, their like experience and if it like changes their feelings about any of this.
I haven't rewatched it in years. It'll be a time.
I watched it one time and it was enough for me.
Yeah, I watched it one time.
I saw it in
years.
Yes.
Nope.
It's
Watch me like stand this movie.
Who? Me?
Yes, you.
No. I love the movie. I think it's great. Whatever.
If it were a different thing, not connected to the book, I would say it's good. But when I think that it's connected to the book, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway, I think
we're done.
we're done. Yeah. I
our
think this
next
is
one is September 20th.
Yep, September 20th.
Come join the Clary Hate Club on my channel.
We'll come with fighting words again.
So we have to end it how we always do. What's everybody reading?
Sammy, you start.
Well, I just finished that, so I'm reading what am I? Freshwater by Awake, and I'm just gonna fuck up. It looks like this, and I'm reading it for my workbook club, and it's really good, but also like super like interesting. I definitely recommend it if you're into like sort of I guess literary fiction. But
okay. I'm finishing my reread of Corrupt right now for Ysenia, and then I'm about to start. Oh no! What? What?
I'm very curious.
Have you read it?
No, but no.
The plot sounds like not it, but I keep seeing it everywhere, so I'm gonna give it a go. It might be trash. I feel like it's gonna be one of those series like Shatter Me, where Shatter Me, the first one was like, yeah, it was kind of like really middle of the road. But then you said Shatter Me gets like a lot better, and I haven't gotten to them yet, but I feel like this series is gonna be one of those ones where I'm gonna be like, oh, I don't really like the plot of the first one, but that they're gonna move. And I saw fan art of Dorian, and that really sold me. So
That's the important part.
I saw fan art, now I have it.
Perfect.
Okay, I am going to be starting The House in the Cerulean Sea today for my other book club. Our live show is on the 29th at 2 p.m. Pacific time. So that should be fun. And then I am working on another series binge episode on my channel. So that's going to be fun.
Love it.
It's going to be a more of a lighter series that I'm excited to read because I need some some positivity after my first episode.
I'm excited for you to read these again and see what you think, because I know what series you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm excited to
And
see
this is a series that I've never completed, so it'll be interesting. I read the first two.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I think I'll be reading. I did a poll to see what should be my 100th book of the year, and I think With the Fire on High won, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna read that. But also, I'm still halfway through Eclipse, so I have to finish that.
that could be your 100th book.
Remember in the last show I said I was going to start
Go read The Fire on High and then
Oh god.
Yeah.
Here's
There's
the
no
thing,
way
Eclipse is the best one. Eclipse is the best one.
But it shouldn't be her 100th book.
You shouldn't be.
Eclipse is
I
the
don't
best
know.
one, though.
Eclipse is the best one of that series.
Yeah.
She's a 4-star.
Yes.
She's a 4-star for me.
Oh,
Questionable.
I'm not chucking
had me there.
Miss Meyer a 5-star.
you had me,
Twilight.
and then you said 4 stars.
I'm not chucking Miss Miss Meyer a 5-star. Maybe for Midnight Sun. We'll see.
Don't come for me, Skylar. Midnight Sun hit. No,
You give this 5 stars.
No, I give it 4.
This 3.
I gave it 4. I gave it 4.
Oh.
I gave Midnight Sun 4.
So.
No.
I gave Midnight Sun 4 stars.
My internet keeps cutting out. My internet keeps cutting out, sorry. I'm reading The Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson. And then I'm probably going to join Taylor and read Throne of Glass.
Ooh.
Probably.
You'll have to give
I
us
need more
the
Sarah J.
tea.
Maas in my life.
Yeah, y'all have to give us the tea on that.
I'm scared.
I don't know
Me
why
too.
you think it's gonna be shit. Like, I have that image in my head that Throne of Glass is shit.
Oh, I feel like it's gonna be shit, but I'm like holding out that this fan art is gonna save it.
Here's the thing: you and Mica tend to have opposite opinions on
Not
fantasy.
really.
So on fantasy, yeah,
We're very 50-50.
Yeah.
We either agree completely or completely disagree. No middle ground.
Yeah.
Tati, what about you, girl?
I'm reading Blaze Wrath Games.
Ooh.
I'm reading this because I'm doing a review for a book tour. The book comes out in October, I think it is. So I got an arc. So that's what I'm on my way.
It's written by a Puerto Rican author too, isn't it?
Yes, it is written by a Puerto Rican author, and like the main character is Puerto Rican, and she's like, so the whole premise of this is that like it's a dragon. There's dragons and magic, and there's like a dragon like game, and the girl wants to be a part of Team Puerto Rico in the games. So I'm psyched. I'm like 4 chapters in, and I'm like having a time right now. So
Love that.
that's what
I'm excited for your video on it.
I'm excited to make it. I have to make like 2 or 3 videos for this, and I'm excited to make them. I don't know. I filmed some videos this morning, so I'm feeling good and productive as well.
Ooh.
Woo.
I think you'll like what I mean.
I'm excited.
Let's go.
All right. Well, I guess that's it.
All right, ladies.
Let's move on. Put it behind us. Forget it ever happened.
Expel the negative energy.
Until
You'll remember next month.
What?
until
You'll
next month when it
remember
gets all brought back up again.
Yeah. Well, we
So-
It's fine. We've got time to recover.
yeah. Recharge our energies.
To come to terms that
Yeah.
Chase is not actually dead. How not
Oh
to come
my
to terms
god.
with that.
What?
All right.
Okay, let's just go. Bye.
Bye.
All right, bye.